To this video, in our previous video, we're able to look at some of the files that's been created when we created our project. So what we are going to make is we are going to make use of this manage.py to actually run our server to see what to actually get, and then after that we are going to create our app and then start working with the app. So next we are going to do this manage.py. This is not how you're going to run it. You can make use of the command prompt here, and then I'll make use of the command prompt. We're going to make use of this where is it, run server. Okay, I'm going to make use of this Django command to actually run our server. We can try to run it here, or we can try to run it in this VS Code. So I can start to run it. The best way to do that, I can just come down here and drag this up a little bit, and automatically VS Code is going to drop into this of the folder that we are currently on. Or if you are still getting it harder to, if it is one situation whereby the VS Code did not tend to move to that, you can start to click on this. Let me close this. You can to click on this play button right here. It's going to run this manage.py. I am still going to get an error, but the advantage you're going to have here is going to move into this of the project that we're working on it, and then we're going to type the command that we are going to type very soon. See, I get this kind of this is what I just hit the play button here, and then we'll get this kind of output. We manage the blah blah blah, and then we got the same back the commands that we expected. So like I said, we are going to make use of that of the run server to actually get a little bit grips of that, of what our server. So I can see our Python what space manage is manage.py what run server. Remember that this run server is actually a command that is being provided by this of the, where is that? I showed that a little bit. This getting to disappear. Run server. This is actually a command that's being given by us by that of the Django. So when I hit enter, our server is going to kick off, and there's going to tell us the port that we are making use of, which is actually a local host and airport. You can see here, this is the command I wrote. This is the output. I can see starting development server at http 127. Okay, let me just copy this. Let me go to my browser, paste this here, and then let it load. Okay, as you can see, we get this kind of output Django documentation. You can start to go to that of Django documentation, tutorial pulling app, Django community, the install worked successfully, congratulations. You can see this is actually view new Django 4.2. So I think this is not really hard for us to get started. We can start to make use of your command line to actually run this, and then cd into this. I can, since I'm already in that of the file, I can do that of cd to make tasks, and then cd to do that, and then we're going to run this command which is python manage.py run server. But I think I run it in this way is a little bit better. Remember I said that you can start to hit the play button on this manage.py file, and then you can start to type this command on it, because that's not going to run the server like that. So the next thing we want to make use of, so let me stop this server from running. Okay, Control C to stop the server file. I can say once this was the project that's being created by for our Django. So the next thing we need to do is actually create our, or I can say create our app, because right now the app is not, we don't have any app. What we have here is just the project that's being created. So to do that, is going to run a similar command, which is the python what manage the py what start app, and then we are going to give it the name of the app. Remember that this start app is actually a command that is being provided for us by Django, which is actually down here. Where is that? You can see start which is close to this of the start project. So simple as that. And then we are going to give it the name of the, you can see the name of the app that I want to do. So I can call it maybe tax. So you can start to give it any name of your choice, but this tax, remember this tax is the name I just want to give it, and then you can hit enter. Just simple as that. It's going to create the app for us. What we don't create, we are going to see a kind of app that is going to exist here, which is going to be titled tax folder. I can see a directory called tax. This is actually the app that we created. This app is where we're going to do a whole lot of, guys. This view is where we're going to create our view text. We're not going to do much on this text modules. We're going to create our modules here, apps, admin. So the first thing we should make sure to do is actually to register your app, because that can be a little bit tricky, and that can be a little bit hard to remember at times. Maybe when you start running your program, you can see you'll be having a little bit of issue. So to do that, it's just basically to register your your app is basically simple. Let me go to this of the apps. I'm going to copy a little bit of I'm going to copy this tags config, and then I'm going to go there. I'm going to go inside this other settings. I'm going to go into this of installed app. So I can come down here and put this of asterisk. So I'm going to do what the tags was the name of the app that we created. We're going to do dot apps. I'm going to do dot apps. I'm going to do dot that what we actually copy, which is actually tags config. I'm going to put our colon, I can say a comma. That is just basically in this way we have actually installed our apps. So because if we don't do this, Django is not going to recognize it. So the next thing we are going to basically do is to start writing of our commands. Going to start writing the front end and some of the back end, and we are going to come to this of the config to actually edit some things. Django actually automatically help us to do some things like this root URL config to assign it. So a whole lot of other things that Django tend to do for us. So don't need to actually start from scratch to do some of all these things. So I think this, you can see here we have the engine that we're using, Django DB backend SQLite. SQLite, you can see this is for database. This database we are going to make use of SQLite for testing purpose, and for that of production we are going to make use of progress. So we are going to do that. Django tends to make a little bit get to make things a little bit easier for us. So this is where we are going to stop in this video. The next video we are going to start to mess around with this of our views.py. We're going to create template. We're going to mainly focus on that of the backend. I'm going to do a whole lot of other things. So I'll be happy to see you throughout this series. If you have not subscribed, subscribing is not going to be a problem. So I'll be happy to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.